Hey guys, welcome to HD Movie Recaps. Today we're diving into the 2025 psychological crime drama film called Straw. My name is Peter. The movie opens with a woman named Janaya Wilkinson lays asleep with her daughter. She dreams of the previous night before with her daughter at the hospital. She wakes up to another hot morning and prepares her daughter, Aria, for school. She bathes the kid, afraid that she'll have another seizure and fall again. Aria is excited to show off her science project. However, she hasn't paid her lunch money and the other kids are making fun of her. It's $40, so Junior promises she'll pay it later. Even though they're struggling, Junior gives Benny and other apartment tenants some change. The ghetto landlord is not pleased because Junior hasn't paid her rent yet. She threatens to throw all of their things if she fails to pay. Junior promises to pay by 10 a.m. when she gets her salary. She drives Aria to school and waves hello to her teacher, who waves back. By the time Janaya gets to work, the grocery store is already chaotically busy. Not only does she deal with the cruel store manager, Richard, but she also has to deal with rude customers trying to buy tacos with their white card. A friend offers her money for Aria's medication, but Junior politely declines. Then she receives a phone call from school about Aria's bruises and her lunch money. Janaya explains that the girl is sick and that she fell. She also adds that she'll be paying the $40 lunch fee later. Janaya asked Richard for a salary and a quick break to go to Aria's school. Although he's pissed, he gives her 30 minutes but doesn't give her any money. Janaya heads to the bank. She only has $47 and needs $40 from it. However, she couldn't withdraw her money. The bank manager, Nicole, explains that if the account holds less than the required minimum amount, it will close. Janaya is okay with that and asked it to be processed immediately. But Nicole doesn't let her cut the line when she gets to school. Social workers are already taking Aria. They say that the teacher reported that Aria goes to school hungry and dirty. Janaya insists that despite being poor, she takes care of her daughter well. She begged them not to upset Aria because she might suffer from another seizure. The social worker assures her that they'll take care of the girl. Already disoriented, Junior rushes to get back to work. She almost gets in an accident, pissing another driver off. The man gets furious and he hits Junior's car with his. When Officer Sam arrives, Junior learns that the man who hit her car, Oliver, is also a cop. Oliver lies and says Junior hit her. Then he threatens to find a legal way to shoot her dad if he sees her again. She tries to explain, but Officer Sam writes her a ticket and has her car towed because her license and registration are expired. When she gets back, Richard tells her she's fired. She's 2 hours late. He refuses to hand her check, explaining that his company policy, the last paycheck, will be sent by mail. Junior returns home and finds all of their things outside in the rain. The landlord has officially kicked her out. Aria's meds also got wet, but Junior decides to save the science project and puts it in a transparent bag. Then she returns to the grocery, begging Richard for her check. But he insists she has to wait for the mail, even though he can just hand it over. Suddenly, a man shows up, greets Junior by name because of her name tag, and declares a robbery. He orders her to put all the money in the transparent bag. Junior begs him not to take the money because she needs it for her daughter. They wrestle for the gun, and she ends up shooting him. His accomplice escapes, leaving Janaya with Richard. Richard accuses her of orchestrating the robbery just because the man called her name. Junior explains that she's still wearing her name tag, but Richard doesn't listen and immediately reports her to the 911 operator. Then she shoots him before taking her check. Even with all the money right there, Detectives Kay and Billy are called to the scene. Billy thinks that Junior was in on it, having seen the security footage of her shooting Richard. But Kay thinks she was also a victim because no money was taken. Junior's friend also defends her, saying she's a good person. Meanwhile, Junior heads to the bank, even though they're about to close. Nicole lets her in. The teller, Tessa, refuses to cash her check because Junior doesn't have an ID with her. She frequents the bank and knows that she's already a familiar face. Still, Tessa stands her ground, so Johnny takes out the gun and asks her again. This time Tessa starts to take out some cash, but she also presses a button alerting the manager and the authorities that there's a robbery. Nicole talks to the police on the phone and reports that Junior has a bomb in her bag. The detectives learn that Junior was kicked out of her home, and now apparently, she's robbing a bank. Janaya is surprised when the tellers, Tessa and Ryan, start to take out a lot of money. She insists she just needs her $521 and nothing more. Nicole tells the guard to let the people out, but no one wants to leave without getting their money. So she finally spills that there's an armed robber inside. Tessa keeps panicking, So Nicole steps in and orders her to give Junior her money. Junior is so disoriented, she doesn't understand why everyone is so scared. The police finally arrive and surround the place. Chief Wilson asks his detectives what they've learned so far. Suddenly, a man tries to tackle Junior and the gun goes off, realizing the seriousness of it. The guard and the man both run out of the bank. The man puts the security guard on full blast, saying he didn't do shit, so he had to try to unarm Junior. Meanwhile, Junior gets angry that Tessa keeps crying when she's not even hurting her. Then she sees on TV the news about the situation. Detective K tells Chief Wilson that Junior might speak to her because she's a woman. So when Dan, the negotiator, arrives, he lets K continue. Junior explains to the detective that the gun went off by accident and that she just wanted to cash her check when the teller suddenly gave her more than that. She gets angry that Tessa called the police on her. Kay asked her to come out, but Junior knows she'll be locked up if she does. So she ends the call. When she gets the money, she hands $40 to Nicole to give to Aria for lunch money. Then she sees that Officer Oliver is outside the bank, the fugly man who rammed her car earlier, fearing that she'll be killed. She orders the teller to close the blinds. Watching the live feed of the security cameras, the authorities have mistaken the science project for a bomb. So the bomb squad is called. Raya sets up her phone to go on TikTok Live to show what is happening inside and get some galaxies while she's at it. When a veteran and his wife demand to leave, Junior just lets them walk out. The school project starts beeping and everyone thinks they're going to die, but Junior just turns it off and asks them to stay with her. The tellers want to run out, but Nicole reminds them that they can't leave the elderly woman alone. They also don't want to agitate Junior because of the bomb in her bag. As Junior gets some chairs for those inside, the police contemplate calling the FBI. Kay wants to save Junior's life, and she's worried that the FBI will have a different goal. She's convinced that Junior is a good person based on the evidence she's seen so far. Detective K calls again, and this time Junior tells the story of her life. She says she was robbed, kicked out of the house and fired, and has no money for her daughter. The live feed is watched by the community, and they listen as Junior cries about her situation. Detective K tries to sympathize, saying she too struggled as a child and raised by a single mom. Junior also admits that she can't get out because of the police officer who threatened to kill her. Chief Wilson doesn't like that. Raya is live on her phone inside the bank, so he orders that cell phone signals be jammed while Junior is unplugging the cameras. Tessa is busy finding a way out. Detectives Kay and Billy haven't found the officers. The old lady Isabella tries to sympathize with Junior because she knows what it's like. However, Tessa doesn't even feel sorry for Junior because it's too cold. Nicole offers her jacket to Junior. They get the chance to talk about their kids and how their lives are different from each other. Junior says she can't end up in prison because no one will take care of Aria, and she doesn't want to leave her with her mother and sister. Nicole tries talking some sense into her, but Junior says she'll figure something out. Suddenly, there's a mob outside showing their support for Junior. They want her freed because they understand why she snapped and did what she did. Then the FBI arrives, and Chief Bryce announces they'll take over the situation. The ladies inside talk about all sorts of things, and Junior reveals that when she was pregnant with Aria, the hospital tried to get her to abort her baby. She doesn't have anybody to help her. Nicole assures her she's on her side. So Junior asked her to take care of Aria until she gets out of prison. The bank manager assures her she will. Isabella starts to feel unwell, so Janaya lets her out too. But Nicole refuses to leave and returns inside. Agent Bryce contacts Junior, but she prefers Detective K. Talking to the agent just makes her even more upset. She doesn't want to go out unless the officer who threatened her is gone. Suddenly the device starts beeping again, scaring everyone. When Junior realizes why they're afraid, she explains that it's just a harmless science project and not a bomb scare. Tessa heads to the bathroom and writes a message on the window saying there's no bomb and that Junior only has one gun. Janaya wants to call the authorities and say it's not an explosive, but Nicole stops her. She explains that the assumption that she has a bomb is the only thing stopping the authorities from coming in. Instead, she advises Junior to tell Detective K that she's going out, leaving the backpack behind. Just then, the detectives find Officer Sam, and she explains to them that Officer Oliver was the one who hit Junior's car. Detective K snaps and punches Oliver, saying he caused all of this when he hit Junior's car. Agent Bryce prevents them from answering the phone, but Detective K defies him and tells Junior that Officer Oliver has been found. She wants proof that it's him. So they have agreed that the photo will be sent and Junior will finally come out. But Officer Bryce refuses to turn on the phones unless the hostages are released. So Detective K heads to the bank and shows Junior Oliver his photo. After confirming, she lets the two tellers leave. But Nicole decides to stay behind and stand by her. Then Junior receives a call from her mother. She argues that she didn't rob the bank and just needs her money for Aria's medicine. So her mother reminds her that Aria is already dead. She died the night before. After having a seizure, they took her to the hospital, but it was too late. Suddenly, Junior comes to realize that the entire day she was only imagining her daughter. She was alone the whole time. She thought she was with her. A social worker didn't take the child, and it was just Junior hallucinating. Nicole admits she learned the truth a while ago. Then Agent Bryce gives a signal to storm the bank. Junior imagines being shot to death, but then Nicole takes her hand and assures her they will make it out alive. They walk out together. As promised, Detective K. Raymond is there to guide her as she handcuffs her. Detective K says it's nice to finally meet Junior while she gets in the car. People cheer for her, showing their support for her. The screen fades to black, leaving us to grapple with her question and the real-world failures that drove her there. Straw isn't just a thriller. It's a social commentary on mental health, poverty, and community solidarity. Janaya's journey reminds us that when someone reaches their breaking point, they need our empathy, not our condemnation. Thanks for watching HD Movie Recaps. Stay fair in all circumstances, and remember, every person is just one straw away from collapse.